Yeah, hi there, and these comments are for R, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, and you completed one of my integrated speaking practice tests, and you're also one of my students in the English language program at California State University, San Bernardino, and I'm going to listen to your response right now.
The man discuss teaching enjoyable.
Now, discuss teaching enjoyable. I don't think you want to say it that way. So the man and the woman discuss how to make teaching more interactive for their students. That really is the key idea there. So the way that you frame that with the choice of the word enjoyable, and even I probably wouldn't express it that way, and that's not really the main point. The main point is to make teaching interactive. But I guess you could say, let me go back and see if I can phrase it for you one more time.
The woman and the man discuss teaching enjoyable.
So I would probably say they discuss how to make teaching enjoyable. If you want to say it that way, that would be the grammar I would use.
The woman said that many students today found the classes boring, and she asked how can teacher
say she asks
make the classes enjoyable. Many students today found the classes boring, and she asked how can teacher make the class.
I would not say how can. That's the wrong word order. Noun clauses don't take question word order. They take statement word order. So let's listen to that one more time, and I'll show you how to phrase it.
Ask how can teacher make the classes enjoyable.
So the first student asks how teachers can make learning more enjoyable. That's how I would recast that particular sentence.
The man explained the benefit of teaching.
You want to say explains. Don't forget to put your S on the ends of your third person verbs. Okay, let's keep going.
Enjoyable. The student learn faster when the teacher do an activity. For example,
when the teacher does, not do. So subject-verb agreement. If your subject is singular, your verb needs to be singular.
They teach the student the basic of addition. They will learn do an activity. For example, they teach the student.
The teach, you want to say they teach?
An activity, for example, they teach the.
You want to say they teach, or the teacher teaches, or teachers teach.
Student, the basic.
I think you want to say students. So put S on the end of that plural noun.
Addition, they will learn faster when the teacher asks them to pick up their.
When the teacher asks them.
Pencil and added number of solution of the problem.
All right.
Another benefit of learning enjoyable, the student became more of a.
How about of enjoyable learning? But I think that's not exactly the main point here. The main point is, of course, you want to make the learning enjoyable, but the question that the conversation answers is how to do that. And the main point of the listening passage says that students will learn best if the teaching is done interactively. I think that's a key idea, and you're not mentioning that, I think, in your practice test. But that's a big point. You don't want to leave that out.
Friendly with their teacher, and they will listen to them more actively to what the teacher said. The woman agreed with the man, and she added
the woman agrees with the man.
Student enjoy.
And she adds. So sometimes you have to be careful. You're using past tense to summarize ideas. Other times you're using the present tense. When you're using the present tense, you're not using the third person singular S on that. So it's a little bit inconsistent with your grammar.
In class, the teacher able to teach by similar.
Okay, so let's take a look at the rubrics here. And I'm going to point you to the grammar part of my course. You got to make a lot of improvements, I think, in your grammar if you want to improve your speaking, because you're just struggling trying to connect and put ideas together. Sorry about that. The light is turning off here in the room for some crazy reason. I'm over in the library right now. Okay, let's go ahead and go over to the course here. Now, remember that I'm going to give you some suggestions as to certain lessons that you want to focus on. It's your responsibility to study these lessons. If you don't, you will continue to have the same problems you're having right now with your grammar. Now, with grammar, let's take a look. Okay, I'd like to have you take a look at lesson number 7, noun clauses, definitely. I think that's important for you right now. Lesson number 22, subject-verb agreement. I think you want to take a look at that. Lesson number 26, sentence variety, I think is also important for you right now. Okay, so now let's take a look at pronunciation. There are a few lessons in pronunciation that you want to focus on. And the main one right now is, I'm going to say syllable division and grammatical word endings, lesson number 26, 27, and 28. These are 3 specific pronunciation lessons that you can focus on. All right, now let's take a look at the rubrics. So part of the difficulty here, the fact that you didn't mention interactive teaching at all, that you left that out, you left out a big idea. And that means that you didn't exactly understand the purpose of the listening passage. So also I think you should practice in the listening section of my course. And the first few lessons will give you some strategies about note-taking. Go through those lessons, and then you can start doing some of the listening practice tests. I think that's also going to be useful for you in terms of building your academic listening abilities. All right, let's take a look at the rubrics now. I'm going to put you at about 1.83 out of 4. Or 14 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. All right, so if we take a look at the syllabus, if you score in the 1.83 range, you're having some pretty significant issues with really 3 things. Probably partly note-taking, partly listening, and obviously you're having some grammar problems. You're having some problems with your speaking. Okay, so 1.83, this is going to put you on this assignment 65% for my class. All right, anyway, thank you very much. Now you know your score. You also know specific lessons in my online TOEFL course that can help you improve. Now, something else that you can do, which will be useful, is take time maybe in the evenings, watch news, science, history, documentary programs, watch TV in English on a regular basis. That's also very useful. Also consider having the newspaper delivered to your apartment or your home. And you can work on reading maybe 3 or 4 articles a day. That's also very helpful for your language use. Remember that you don't really have that great control over your grammar yet, so you need to see more English. You need to see it, read it, and listen to it. And that's going to have a really good effect, I think, on your overall speaking abilities. All right, thank you.